As you see, this when this ball moves, it pushes this ball to go, and this action has an equal and opposite reaction on this direction.
So we all know about Newton. He's the guy who invented the third laws, the person who invented calculus, the person who's responsible for most of our very diseases. But he's also responsible for creating the laws of motion. And today, me and my teammates are going to explain the laws of motion by physical demonstrations. So let's start with the first one. Okay, does anyone want to remain at rest or will move in the same direction with the same speed unless active? So let's demonstrate at rest. Over here is a car which is at rest. Now we will apply force in order to pull it. So is it moving?
Yes.
So this is an unbalanced force applied by the animal. The body is moving after a force is applied on it. Now if we keep on moving, if I stop it in the middle, I am an unbalanced force which is stopping the body from continuing in the same direction in the same speed. Now if it's moving and if I change its direction, I am again an unbalanced force which is changing the direction. So we saw how it can change the motion from rest to motion, then from speed it can stop the speed and it can cause it to change direction. This is the first law of motion. But now why is it called the law of inertia? It's called the law of inertia. The resistance of a body to an external car, it's remote control, and I have a balloon. And I'm going to demonstrate this. I'm going to examine the balloon. Can you see it? We'll demonstrate one now. The balloon. The second law of motion. This is what is equal to mass and acceleration. And you can write that down as the equation. The rate of flight was furthermore mv by u. You can see that we can prove that F is equal to ma to a little experiment. This car has more mass, it's made out of metal, compared to the one which is made out of plastic. The car that has a greater mass would need greater force to travel the same distance as a car with a lighter mass. So the car with a greater mass, if you apply the same force, and the same with the lighter mass, if you apply more force, Newton can be formally stated as the acceleration of
Every action has an equal and opposite reaction.
This balloon, when I let loose of it, why does it fly like this?
Walaikum assalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
My name is Saiful Saman and today is our science day. So here I'm going to present types of motion. So let me start with telling the basic thing of motion. Motion is something that is in respect to time. First, let's start with the periodic motion. Periodic motion is a motion that moves and comes to its original position. And this is a circular motion. And the circular motion is it's a motion in which it circulates like this. Now, downhill motion is a motion which comes to up to down like this. Now, rectilinear motion is when we drive a car and it moves on to its way. Now, vibratory motion is something that if we just touch a rubber band, it vibrates and makes a sound. Now, rotational motion, we point in fans and all, it rotates like this. And now we have oscillation motion. We find in grounds and this is also called a swing, and this is called oscillation motion. Periodic motion is also presented as pendulum. Jazakallah.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Aisha Siddiqui and today I'll tell you what the types of motion are. So the first is translational motion. The first part in this is the rectilinear motion. A car traveling in a rectilinear motion travels along a straight path and without changing its direction. Its movement is consistent along an axis. The next part of this is curvilinear motion. A car moving in a curvilinear motion travels along a not so straight curved path. Its trajectory follows a non-linear route, often requiring adjusting speed. So the next is rotational motion. The rotational motion of a lucky wheel involves it spinning around a central axis. As the wheel turns, each section passes a fixed point repeatedly until its friction gradually slows it down. The motion is characterized between a combination of angular velocity and acceleration. So the next is oscillatory motion. The oscillatory motion of a pendulum involves it swinging back and forth around a fixed point. As it moves, it periodically reverses direction and tracing an arc-shaped path. These forces are governed by gravity. So that is after.
Walaikum assalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
This is me, Huria Fatima, and today I will be explaining about types of motion. First, what is a motion? A body is said to be in motion if it changes its position with respect to its surrounding and time. First type of motion is circulatory motion. The circulatory motion is the motion in which the object moves along the circular path. Second is rotatory motion. The rotatory motion is the motion of an object around a circular path in a fixed orbit. And the last one is rectilinear motion. Rectilinear motion is the motion of an object moving in a straight line or path. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikum assalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
My name is Anushka Basu from 8th grade studying in Design International School. Is going to explain the types of motion. First one is circular motion. Motion of objects such that they always remain at the same distance from a fixed point. For example, the motion of blades of fan. It is known as the rotational motion if object performs circular motion at its own axis. For example, the chairs on the table. Next one is oscillatory motion. Oscillatory motion is defined as the to and fro motion of a body about its fixed position. For example, oscillatory motion is known as is a type of periodic motion. For example, vibrating strings and the swinging of a string displayed in this model. Next one is rectilinear motion. The motion of a body in a straight line is known as rectilinear motion. It is also known as translational motion. For example, a ball dropped from a height. The train running on a straight track will find the rectilinear path and the car moving on a straight line. Next one is curvilinear motion. A motion of a body moving at a curved path is known as curvilinear motion. For example, this car moving in a curved path. With the curvilinear motion, distance motion, that you're moving of a piece that follows a known curve or fixed curve.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikum assalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
I'm Anya Fatima of grade 8 and today I'm going to explain you types of motion. First is rectilinear motion. A motion when a body is moving in a straight line or a straight direction. Second is oscillatory motion. When an object is also known as pendulum and when an object moving from to to fro. Next is rotatory motion. When an object, if a body rotates around another body or moves in circular path. Jazakallah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh everyone.
Waalaikum assalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
My name is Lakifa Sheikh from grade 8. And as you all know, today we are celebrating Science Day. Today we have got types of motions in physics. So let me tell you what is motion. Motion is nothing but an object is said to be in motion when it changes its position with respect to time. Now, what are the types of motions? First we will see translatory motion, also known as rectilinear motion. Rectilinear motion means when an object is traveling in a straight line. It is known as rectilinear motion. And other is circulatory motion. When an object is rotating in a circular orbit, that is known as circulatory motion. Oscillatory motion, it is also known as the to and fro motion because an object goes and comes back from extreme position to the mean position. Downhill motion, an object from upwards coming to downwards is known as downhill motion. Now let's see what is periodic motion. Periodic motion is nothing but an object which comes to the same position at regular intervals. It is known as periodic motion. Jazakallah khair everyone for the more.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
My name is Waalaikum assalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
My name is Sheikh Nuna and today my topic is types of motion. Firstly, what is motion? A body is said to be in motion when it changes the position with respect to its surrounding and time. There are three types of motion. The first one is translatory motion. A body is said to be in translatory motion when it moves vertically or horizontally on the Earth's surface. There are two types of motion. There are two types of translatory motion. Rectilinear motion when a body moves in a straight line and when curvilinear motion when a body moves in curved lines. And the second type of motion is rotatory or circulatory motion. A body is said to be in rotatory or circulatory motion when it rotates around another body or moves in a circular path. And the last type of motion is vibratory or oscillatory motion. A body is said to be in vibratory or oscillatory motion when it moves to and fro or up and down.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Shamama Fatima of grade 8. Today I am here to tell you types of motions. There are three types of motion. Translatory motion. Translatory motion which moves in horizontal or vertical in Earth's surface. There are two types of translatory motion: linear motion and circulatory motion. Linear motion is one-dimensional motion that takes place in straight line. For example, a car moving in a straight line. Circulatory motion, which moves in curved line. For example, car moving. Curvilinear motion. When a car moves in a curved line. The second type of motion is rotatory motion. Rotatory motion can be defined as the motion to an object around circulatory in a fixed orbit. For example, a fan moving in Earth's surface. Now, oscillatory motion. Oscillatory motion is defined as the to and fro motion from front and back or back or forth. For example, a swing moving. Jazakallah.
Water flows with power brand Hydro lights up every lamp. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikum assalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Don't you all think we're relying on non-renewable resources to gain our energies too much? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, if your answer is
a no, then what are me and my friends Umema, Sara, Sana and Juveria are going to present a model on hydroelectricity. First of all, let's understand what hydroelectricity is. Hydroelectricity is the generation of electricity using the energy of flowing water. As per the hydropower status reports of 2019, the hydroelectricity gave us an incredible 21.8 gigawatt of energy. Runoff and evaporation, rivers and large water bodies serve as the primary source of water for hydroelectricity power plants. Construction of dams and reservoirs. To harness the energy of flowing water, large dams are constructed on rivers to create reservoirs. These reservoirs store water which can be released to generate electricity. Now we get the water from here. This flowing water causes the turbines to move. These turbines, These turbines rotate this generator. This generator is rotated and this energy is moved to the transformers where the voltage is increased. Then it is converted or sent to the substation where it is again decreased to send to the homes. And when we switch it on our home, in our homes, we get the light.
Discussing about types of motions. So there are 5 types of motions. Circular motion, which is formed by translatory motion. If a body is moving in vertical or horizontal on the earth's surface, then it is said to be a translatory motion. There are 2 types of translatory motion, that is rectilinear and curvilinear. So in rectilinear also it will go straight, touching the surface of the earth like this, and in curvilinear it will be also in horizontal or vertical position, as they both are from translatory motion. And then it is circular or vibratory. So in circular or vibratory motion, if your circular or rotatory, if your body is moving in a circular path or rotating, then it is called as rotatory motion. And then last is oscillatory motion or vibratory motion. If your body is moving to and fro, up or down, then it is known as oscillatory motion. Jazakallah.